8 Eastern on ESPN and the app. And don't miss a replay of their first bout at 7.
A lot on the line for the NFL 2020 season. A quarterback can make or break a franchise. This year, some of them have much to gain, yet much to prove. Will you fall down every time, or will you get back up?
That's the dumbest question you can ask. What?
It's your time to show up and show out. Rise to the challenge to exceed expectations. Time is not just ticking. The time to make it happen is now.
I got 3 words for you. You like that? Yeah!
That makes me miss football. All right, we kick off our QB continued series today. The focus is on Patrick Mahomes, fresh off a Super Bowl win, solidifying himself as the best QB in the NFL, the youngest quarterback in NFL history to win MVP, Super Bowl MVP, at just 24 years old. 12 pass and rush TDs this postseason, most in a single postseason in NFL history. The 2018 AP Offensive Player of the Year, named to 2 Pro Bowls. Marcus Spears back here with us. Stephen A., I'm starting with you. It is one thing to be the best in football, but is Mahomes the most valuable athlete in all of sports?
Absolutely not. That's utterly ridiculous. And I love Patrick Mahomes. He's a superstar. Major props to him and congratulations. But he ain't LeBron James. And that's really what this comes down to. There is no argument, and we really need to get over this. LeBron James is 35 years of age, in his 17th season, and he has been universally recognized as the best player in the world, or a top 2 player in the world for the last decade. He is a global, iconic brand. There's nobody in the NFL that can say that, okay? Not even Tom Brady, not to the extent that LeBron James can say it, because the NFL brand globally is not what the National Basketball Association is globally. When you think about all the things that LeBron James brings to the table, the fact that he's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball and he's still playing, the fact that in his 17th season, he's top 2 in the league MVP voting right now. If the votes were to take place today, he would either be 1 or number 2 behind Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak. Everybody knows that. We know how outspoken he has been. We know what a brilliant individual he has been business-wise. We've seen him get a little bit political in terms of endorsing presidential candidates and beyond. This dude has done so much, and he represents and epitomizes so much. As much as I love Patrick Mahomes, the player, first of all, even as a player, what Patrick Mahomes just did, LeBron James has already done. And then off the field, it doesn't even compare. And that's no disrespect to Patrick Mahomes. He's still young. Who knows what he's going to be and what he's going to elect to do. But it's night and day. It's not even close. Most valuable athlete in all of sports, it's LeBron James, and then everybody else. Distant second.
Well, if you're talking about what they mean to the economy, what kind of financial impact they have, how much money they generate, stuff like that, there's no question you're right. LeBron James is ahead of Patrick Mahomes. That's not how I heard that question. I hear that question is, who's more valuable on the field of play? And that is undoubtedly Patrick Mahomes. This is not a Lifetime Achievement Award. I'm always suspicious when I hear LeBron MVP, LeBron most valuable, LeBron, and then everyone says he's 35 years old. That's got nothing to do with anything in that evaluation. It doesn't matter how old you are. What are you doing right now? It's not a Lifetime Achievement Award we're talking about. In terms of value on the field of play, do people understand? Mahomes is doing something that you're not supposed to be able to do. A football player, even at the quarterback position, is not supposed to give you a premium over everyone else in their sport, is not supposed to have an influence over the outcome of games the way a star basketball player does. There are just too many players in football, too many variables, too few games, so wild deviations from the mean. And yet Mahomes is doing it. Mahomes is doing it as a first-year player. First time he started, he threw 50 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. If not for a pre-snap penalty, he goes to the Super Bowl as a first-year starter. The next season, he was the Super Bowl MVP. let's keep in mind, he's also on his rookie deal. So yes, LeBron generates crazy, if you're talking about financially, LeBron generates crazy money over what he gets paid. The cap keeps him there. What about Mahomes? On a rookie deal doing that, you realize from now on it's going to be like Aaron Rodgers in his prime plus. Every year you're going to see the Chiefs among the favorites to win the Super Bowl, no matter who else is on the team, because they have Patrick Mahomes. Right now, LeBron James is probably not the best player in basketball. Antetokounmpo during the regular season, Kawhi during the playoffs, but LeBron will have a chance to prove me wrong, hopefully. Patrick Mahomes is undisputed and by far the best player in football. At the quarterback position, the answer is Mahomes.
Max, I'm so sick of that tired argument you got. It's LeBron James. Dude, you know this, though. Like, I get it. For the sake of being different and you got to say something, obviously we watch Pat Mahomes and we know how important he is to what they do. But the Kansas City Chiefs won when Pat Mahomes was hurt this year. They also had to stop Derrick Henry and the offense in Tennessee that was running over people in order to continue on to the Super Bowl, which Pat Mahomes had nothing to do with when he was on the sideline watching this defense. Patrick Mahomes had nothing to do with the Houston Texans going up by that many points and then the defense getting them the ball back consistently after that so they could make a comeback. He balled. He brought his team back. Give him credit for that. That was amazing. He did all of that. The Los Angeles Lakers go from last in efficiency to second when LeBron James is off the floor and on the floor. They are not a playoff team when LeBron James is not on the floor. If you want to strictly continue to keep it to sports, they were a playoff contender last year when he hurt his groin and then went out of the playoff contention. That's how important and valuable he has been. We don't watch the Cleveland Cavaliers anymore because LeBron is not there. The Miami Heat hasn't been to the playoffs since LeBron James left there. He is the most valuable player on the court, on the field of play, and off the field of play. This argument that we keep having about who's the most valuable, he is the most valuable player to what you're trying to do as a team in all of sports, because when you take him away, you don't thrive at all. That's the conversation that we're having right now. So how you heard the question?
But there's a difference,
Swagoo. Yes, it's LeBron James. And then when you get to the point where you start talking about on the field of play, it's still LeBron James because he impacts
two things.
what happens to his team more than any other player.
Let's stay on the field of play. LeBron James not the best player in basketball.
That's where we at.
LeBron James not the best player in basketball. The reigning Finals MVP is Kawhi Leonard. They faced each other 3 times. At least twice, Kawhi was the best player on the floor over LeBron this year so far. The Greek Freak's about to repeat as MVP of the regular season. LeBron will have a chance to prove me wrong, but at this moment, he has not proven he's the best player in basketball currently. 1, 2. You're proving my point for me. In the NBA, when you devote all your resources to a superstar player, of course the presence of that player has everything to do with the fortunes of your team. Not just LeBron, other top 5 players too who have max contracts. But in the NFL, for one player to be the equivalent of an NBA superstar, it's unheard of. Only maybe Aaron Rodgers at his best. And yet Mahomes is doing that.
All right, I know Stephen A. is dying to respond, and Marcus.
Especially for as long as you talk basketball. Why are you even allowed with some of the blasphemy that comes out of your mouth?
Go to break, Molly. Let's go to break. Let's get to commercial break. Stephen A. will respond when we come back. And don't forget, in the second hour, the Lakers' Danny Green will join us live, and also the Chiefs' Tyreek Hill. Both will join us. Keep it locked. It's First Take.